Okay, guys. All right. I think we're back here now. Had a little debacle before trying to do the live stream. I'm going to try and turn my volume up a little bit on my yeah, well, that seems to be working okay. Okay, we're good now. Had a debacle before. I'm trying to create, or what I'm doing, not trying. I am creating some amazing content right now, and I'm going to be putting all of this into the next edition of the magazine that's coming out for Voiceover Quarterly. Actually, everyone that is a member at voiceoverdomination.com, if you're a member of voiceoverdomination.com, I'm going to be putting up this week the first edition of the magazine. I'm working on the second edition of the magazine right now, which should be done by the end of the week. And one of the things, as far as the pieces of content that I'm producing for the magazine, is all about how to get more voiceover clients. Okay, here's the idea, here's the suggestions, here's what you need to do. So I wrote out a little piece, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to create a video just for this page of the magazine. Obviously, it's going to be on YouTube, but I'm going to go ahead and also create this video so that it's going to be accessible not only on YouTube, but also to the members of the magazine. And quite honestly, I might not list this long on YouTube because I'm planning on giving some good content right here. So if you want to, go ahead and share this out as much as you want right now, because it may not be available for long. So I'm hoping we got good sound. Hopefully everyone can hear me at this point. So yeah, I got my levels are all up here. I'm just hoping that YouTube, I've never broadcasted this way on YouTube before. I've always used OBS. What I'm doing right here is I just use the interface on YouTube and I just said go live. And so actually it seems a little bigger. And I can still see the questions coming in off to the side and stuff like that. So this is great to be able to do this. So now when you're looking, how to get more clients in VoiceOver? How do you get more clients in VoiceOver? This is the constant question, especially from new folks. And I realize that a big chunk of my audience is people that have been in or gotten into VoiceOver, and they've been in for less than a year. They've been in for probably, I'll say less than 2 years, but a big chunk is still less than a year old. If you're tuned in right now, let me know, how long have you been in VoiceOver? Just let me know in chat. How long have you been involved with VoiceOver? Now, what I want to say about this is that I really feel like most of you, ladies and gentlemen, just need to have more patience with developing a business. It's one of those things, and it's funny how in VoiceOver, people get in this thinking it's an easy way to make money. They're going to blow up overnight. They're going to just make a ton of money, and they're going to quit their job next week, and so on and so forth. And I've got to dispel this myth. I've got to dispel this about what goes on in VoiceOver. It is not a, hit it in, get in quick, hit it, you're going to make it. It just doesn't happen that way. I'm sorry to tell you, it just does not happen that way. Now, what I look at as generating a VoiceOver career, if you're not willing to put in the next 3 to 5 years to some seriously hard work, you probably need to quit now. This is not easy. I'm telling you. Now, there's 2 different caveats to this, and I need to hopefully try to fully explain this in this video. The 2 caveats are this: are you good at VoiceOver, and do you know how to market yourself? Those are the 2 things. If we get over the hurdle of, am I good in VoiceOver? That's the thing. Okay. Are you good at doing VoiceOver? Some of you are, some of you are not. If you're not, I can't say if you're not getting work, you're not good, because it doesn't even flow. You just may be terrible at marketing. You may be terrible at writing a proposal on a freelance site or on a pay to play. Your voice may be great at doing VoiceOver. So if we jump that hurdle, and I'll just count it, you're good at VoiceOver. You can do this. The next thing is the work ethic that's involved, and also the marketing skills that you have. And if you have no work ethic, if you have no marketing skills, you have no VoiceOver business, period. Now, The thing about marketing is this. I look at there are different streams of income that are out here in regards to building a voiceover business. And you've got to look at them at streams of income, and you've got to become an expert on all of them if you want to get consistent work. You've got, and you guys can help me out here if I forget one. You've got the pay to play sites, you've got the freelance sites, you've got agents, you've got email marketing, you've got social media marketing. Okay, if you just take those 5 agents, pay to plays, freelance, email marketing, social media marketing. If you take those 5 and you become an expert at those over the course of the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to do well. Now, let's take each of them individually. An agent. What's an agent all about? Now, do not think because you get an agent, and many of you can get an agent in your local area. Do not think you're about to blow up. You're not. Agents will send you the least amount of work probably from all of these. You might get an audition once a month. You might book a job once every 3 to 6 months. That's about the trend for your local agents. That's about it. Now, it's good to have an agent because sometimes you can get some pretty good gigs out of having an agent. And what's the words I'm looking for? Well, people think it's harder to get an agent than it is. When you're looking to get an agent, you want to go to Google, whatever, look up talent agents in your city, talent agents in Milwaukee, where I am. So, and it'll bring up all the talent agencies, and that's what you want to look for. There's no such thing as a quote unquote voiceover talent agency. So you want to get in your local area, just look up talent agents because they're going to cover actors, models, VOs, the whole 9 yards. So that's, you just call them up. Hey, are you accepting demos right now? Are you putting people on your roster for voiceover? That's a yes or a no question. Yes. Okay. Yes. What do I need to do to get on your roster? Easy conversation to have. And they are accustomed to getting those phone calls. So it's not a problem with calling those places up to figure out what to do with that. Now, all right. So we said agents, then we said pay to plays. All right. Now pay to plays. All right, you've got your voices.com, you've got your voices 123, you've got Buldago, you've got a couple of different other ones that are out there where you have to pay a monthly fee or a yearly fee in order to play in that ecosystem. If you're going to play in the ecosystem of a pay to play, you've got to learn that ecosystem. You've got to learn what's expected, and you've got to spend an exorbitant amount of time there auditioning every day. For a couple hours a day, do all the auditions you can do it. The more auditions you do, the more VO you do, the better you get at doing these things. Figure out, and you may have to play around, read the blogs on the site, read what people are saying about the site and gigs that they get or jobs that they get on these pay-to-play sites, and learn how to write your proposal appropriately. There is no magic formula, but there are some things that must be in there in order to do it. So now, an audition as much as humanly, physically, mentally possible to get a job. Spend the time. If it's 30 minutes, if it's 30 hours, spend the time, do the auditions, and hopefully work will start coming. If you've got the talent. Again, if you don't have the talent, all the stuff I'm talking about right now means nothing. Means nothing. Everyone that's coming in, this is an impromptu live stream, by the way, because I need to build some content for my magazine. So, and I'm putting this video in the magazine. Now, all right, so we talked about the agents. We talked about the pay to play, freelance sites, Fiverr. Yeah, I said it, Fiverr. I'm putting an article, or there's an article in the magazine that talks about the 5 top freelance sites to take a look at. And so there are a couple of them. If you want to know who they are, you're going to have to see it in the magazine. Now, when you're talking about freelance sites, there are some commonalities among them all, but each of them has some subtle differences in each of them. And you've just got to learn those differences. There's no course on this. There's no okay, go to this website and find out. You want to find out directly from the site, and you want to find out how to operate in their ecosystem. All of them have their little nuances, where you can put in bids. People are always asking for, hey, I need a voice actor. Can you do it for this amount of money? You do some haggling back and forth, and you decide whether or not you want to do that job. They decide whether or not they want to hire you, and all of that. Some of the sites are a little bit different. Even when it comes to selecting jobs or wanting to put in proposals for different jobs, because some of them, like I think off the top of my head, Upwork has it so that you can see, okay, I just want to see jobs from $100 and up. You can put in the price. I just want to see jobs from $1,000 and up. And you can see those. And some of the sites have that functionality on them. Some of them, most of them don't. So you're going to have to figure out which sites you want to play on. Now, so we've talked about agents, pay-to-plays, freelance sites. Now let's get into email marketing, which is one of my favorite. Email marketing is, we use this thing with people that have been following me for a while called Mailshake, an outstanding program. All you have to do is go out and buy a list of the type of people you want to connect with, and you start sending those emails out. It always runs in the background. I'm doing a campaign right now on Mailshake for radio stations in a couple of different states in the country. And because I'm trying to get work in doing imaging, radio station imaging. Some of you may have seen some of the stuff we've done at Earl Hall Studio for that. But email marketing is all about, one, getting a relevant list of people that would want to buy your stuff, which is voiceover. Then having a delivery system in order to deliver that out. This is the other way or the other stream of revenue that you can use. It's one of the easiest. And there's no, people want to say, well, what do I say in the email? That's so simple. That's so simple. And I'll tell you. Okay. So in an email I send out, let's say to explainer video companies or something like that. Hey, I found you guys online on Google in a search. See, you guys do explainer videos. You guys do some amazing work. Of course, you're going to have to go look. I like what you're doing on social media. I saw your post on Facebook. You better have seen it so you can talk about it. Would love an opportunity to work with you guys. But I just wanted to make an introduction. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I'm a voice actor. Here's a link. It's just like having a conversation. It's no different. But there's work behind it, and you've got to go do that work. The last one is social media marketing. This is one of the 5 streams of revenue that you can get. Social media marketing is so ridiculously, stupidly easy that I'm amazed that more people aren't doing this. Here's how social media marketing works. You can do this on LinkedIn. You can do it on Twitter. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it on Instagram, social media platforms. You can do this. How do you do it? You go to the search feature in any of these social media platforms and you type in a relevant title like creative director, marketing director, marketing manager, those types of things. And what these different platforms will do is bring up a list of all the people that have that title. And you start connecting with those people on social media. And this is how you start reaching out and getting more and more contacts and getting your name out there, and also hopefully developing a client. Is it going to happen today? Probably not. It's going to happen. All of these things that I just said, these are the consistent actions that you have to do every single day if you want to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career. It is that simple and that hard at the same time. It's that simple and it's that hard at the same time. Now, what I'll do is I'm only going to stay on for a minute. I'll take 2 or 3 questions, but you got to hurry up, put your question in, and I will answer your question, and you will be in the magazine. Now, while you're doing that, for those of you that don't know, I have a brand new podcast started last week called the Earl Hall Studio Audio Experience. You are producers of it. How are you producers of it? Because what you do is you tell me your question in audio format, and I put your audio in my podcast and answer your question. Super simple, easy to do. All you have to do is connect with me on Skype. Earl Hall Studio. Just look up Earl Hall Studio on Skype. buzz me on Skype. I never answer that line, so don't ever expect me to answer. It is strictly for you to leave a voicemail with your question that you want me to answer on my podcast. That is how you're going to get all of your questions answered. Make sure, go check it out. You can see the podcast right on the home site at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. We're on Google Play. We're on iTunes. We're on Alexa. So where else? A couple other places, but you'll see it right on the home site for stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. All right, look, nobody asked a question, but I definitely appreciate you guys coming in and taking a listen. If you do have a question, well, the way you want to get it answered, go ahead, connect with me on Skype, Earl Hall Studio, and leave me a voicemail message with your question, and I will answer it, and you will be a part of my podcast. All right, you guys have an awesome and amazing day. I'll see you next time.